We're back. Say something.
Hi, is everybody there? Can you hear me good?
It was my headphones. The headphones were broken, and it made you sound wrong.
So now it's okay.
That might have been the issue last stream as well. There might not have been any audio issues at all.
Well, we'll find out. Let's get started.
It was the microphone.
Let's go play the game.
I just want to see if we're back. Testing. Is anyone here? I need to get a new pair of headphones.
That's fine. Let's just get testing. Let's get playing.
How the heck did that happen?
Let's just get playing. Come on.
All right. Let's just get into it.
Yes. Anybody there with us?
I don't know.
You might want to message people and tell them to come.
Nah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Oh, well. There we go. No, we're back. We're back. Whoops, I forgot.
Hi, everybody.
I forgot to unmute myself and, also the audio. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Let's get back.
Sound okay now?
Sound is okay. My headphones were broken is the issue.
Okay, let's get moving.
Oh. There might not have been any audio issues last stream at all. Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay, we'll find out. Come on, let's go.
Let's get going. Woo! All right.
Hey, everybody, welcome. And I'm still curious how, if we saw him shoot the guy, how he's going to get off.
Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Have you lost a case in your 40-year career?
I certainly have.
What do you think of someone who has never lost a case in 40 years?
That he only takes cases he knows he can win.
Are there lawyers like that?
There are lawyers like that, yes.
There are lawyers with perfect records?
I don't know anybody has perfect record, but there are definitely lawyers who pick and choose their cases and only take the ones that they know for sure they can win.
He's a god of prosecution, right? A god.
Not a single case.
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma's a man to be feared. It's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. Sorry. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
Ugh. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
So, question.
Yes?
Should Manfred von Karma be prosecuting this case considering he's Edgeworth's mentor?
Definitely not. Definitely not. There's a little bit of a problem there.
Why?
Because it's a conflict. You have your own, it's emotional stuff tied to the prosecution. You never want to be tied emotionally to the defendant. Come on, that's silly.
Well, according to Edgeworth, Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me, times 20.
That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's like something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia.
Maya, that's you.
Maya?
Uh-huh.
We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried, but I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry. I'll try my best.
I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies.
Well, that's weird.
What's weird?
That the judge is intimidated by the prosecutor.
Yeah, what a weird concept. A judge and ace attorney being intimidated by the prosecution. That'll never happen. He's even got the judge scared. Ready with your opening statement, please? Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something?
How am I supposed to fight against this? I called the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident. Now! Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were two men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here at the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard two pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. Went towards the boat rental shop. Testify to the court about the arrest. Now! Wait, Mr. Von Karma? Yes? Actually, I'm supposed to be the one handling these proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course, you're quite right. No, he's not! What do you think of Von Karma?
He's a cretin.
Cretin? As in stupid or evil?
No, he's not stupid. He's evil. He doesn't care about what's right and wrong.
Compared to how you thought of Edgeworth initially, what do you think?
He's worse. He's definitely worse.
A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake. And we had to arrest Mr. Edward. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. So, would, in a real-life court scenario...
Yeah.
How would Von Karma be treated?
There's no way he would behave like that. No judge would put up with that crap.
Would
no
he?
How? No way.
He'd be condemned to court almost immediately.
If he was going to be that rude, absolutely. No judge would put up with that.
There has to be some intimidating prosecutors, though, right?
But not for the judge, because the judge, in a courtroom, the judge is king or queen. That's the reality. The prosecutor can be on their side, they can be friendly with them, but they're never going to tell the judge what to do in a courtroom. The judge wins every time. They're in charge. It's their courtroom.
Man called the station around 30 minutes after midnight. You received a call from a man. Yep. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? That woman and the man who called in to report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however, to have summoned the woman who was camping. Sorry. The woman who was camping, a lot of heart. What happened next, detective? How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Oh, well, I'd say within about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is, get there quick. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your next year's salary review.
That's rude, too. God.
So much to look forward to these days. Well, okay, so, to be fair, in this world, for some reason, prosecutors do decide detective salaries? I don't get what...
That's just crazy.
I guess in this world, because the prosecutors basically... The detectives work for the prosecutors, right?
Right, yes. And the reality is, some district attorney's offices have have investigators, that's true. But he's a cop on the street. He's not an investigator for the prosecutor, but I guess he is in this crazy world.
This is no time for detective daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edwards. What was Mr. Edwards like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Cold, hard, objective facts. Yes, sir. Manny's got a share of objections. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know we have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. That your gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue, now! Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective comes to, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective! Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes, the ballistic markings on the bullet matched the pistol.
Hey, Nick! What does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking! To imagine somebody who does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
You know, this is not normal. You know what, right? It's not that you put evidence in on cross-examination. You put the evidence in your direct case, and then you do cross-examination. Just not normal.
What do you mean by that? Like, I'm not
You
sure.
You wouldn't put your evidence in while the defense attorney is cross-examining. All of this stuff should have gone in the first place, not on cross-examination. It's weird.
That's interesting. Also, you became a robot for a second.
I am a robot?
Now you're better.
Okay.
Ish. This is
Okay,
bad.
I will not be a robot.
This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive yes. Honestly, I can declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge! Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now! Wait, just bring your filthy gavel and get on with it, man! Yes.
It's actually entertaining, because he's so obnoxious.
You find it so entertaining how evil he is?
Because he's so obnoxious. He's so obnoxious. He's so rude. Go.
This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running the court anyway?
Exactly.
I mean, you could... If you can't control every single judge and control every single witness perfectly, you're not going to have 40 years of cases without a single loss.
Well, clearly.
Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot the man was the person in the photo. Ooh. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. And then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. How am I gonna convince anyone of that? Say
Maya.
Say Maya?
What?
Any progress with Mia?
Oh. Sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? He needs her there.
No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts. Phoenix! You could have just said the first part.
I know. It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits.
Oh, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck's gonna run out.
Really?
Whoa, right! Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Carver, I'll call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta House take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university?
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Very well, your testimony, please. You know, I once had hair like that once. I had a lovely afro. What's so funny, Monty, Mum?
That's just funny. You jumped in there like that. It was funny.
What was so funny? I wanted to tell you about my lovely afro. It was.
I don't think so.
It was the 60s. Disco was riding high in the 60s. That was the 70s. Well, I was a bit early, okay? I invented disco, you know. And the afro.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Come on. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out on the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Yes, this case. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. The witness testified. She looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order, order, order! I will have order! Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant... Wait, Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick, contempt?
Contempt of court, you know?
I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there are any contradictions with her facts and her testimony? I don't know. I think you should try. I think there were.
I think I noticed one little thing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right. Let's take him on.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. We're about to see I think one of the most famous lines in all of Ace Attorney.
Okay, let's go.
You read this line again for me.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon.
Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day!
Yeah, well, yes.
I received a message from, I believe it was Halftone, who said he was hoping we'd get to this case before or on Christmas, specifically for that line. I know you want to find contradictions, but really... I hope your all contradictions are a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony.
I was in my car.
Why were you camping there anyway?
I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research.
What research? This all sounds suspicious.
Press further.
Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive to camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, now I'm the one who said that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Are y'all going to be playing through the whole trilogy? No, we are going to, if possible, be playing through the whole series.
That's the plan. That is the plan.
Every single game, with probably the exception of the Ace Attorney Layton crossover, which I don't think we can do.
Why can't we?
It's only on the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
And also, Layton is an entirely different beast.
You liked Leighton as a kid. You liked him a lot.
I still like Leighton. Leighton's great. I heard there's gonna be a new one on either the Switch or the Switch 2.
Oh, cool.
You should. I mean, I cosplayed as Leighton, so. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor.
I heard this bang come up from the lake.
I love the crossover, but streaming 3DS games is hard. I'm hoping they remake it at some point. I very much doubt they... I'm pretty sure they're gonna remake it at some point and put it on the Switch, port it at least. But I very much doubt they're just gonna leave it such a big crossover floundering on the 3DS, unable to be played. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time?
Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
When I looked out of the window, I saw two gents in the boat.
Could you clearly see the two men?
Just look at that picture. Clear enough for you?
Uh-oh.
Press further.
Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men.
Well, yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You better look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. There's another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out?
Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradiction, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end?
There wasn't nearly a thing on that lake. But that boat.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, sure as a country girl can be.
That sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure?
Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake.
Scan the whole lake? It almost sounded like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered your question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I... Sustained! This is... How... I can't see your face, but I can tell you're, like, amused by this.
Yes, I am amused. Because he's annoying.
But in an amusing way. Like, he's sustaining his own objections, and he's getting away with it.
Very effed up, as they say. Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. The Von Karma effect.
Exactly.
I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But Your Honor... Oh, that's you.
But, Your Honor... You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you into contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Uh-huh.
Nope. Testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
Sorry about all the coughing. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me.
Maya. Gotta hit the hay, but good luck with the rest of the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I never gave you a shout out. Let me quickly do that real quick.
I'm just glad that Maya showed up.
Yep. I never gave you a shout out. I'm a little out of practice. But yeah, anyone check out Flannel Maniac. Looks like they're playing Street Fighter 6. Hope Street Fighter 6 is going well. I think the newest one I played was Street Fighter 4, and the one I know most is Street Fighter 2. And the one my mother knows the most is probably Street Fighter 2 as well.
I know any of them.
I had Street Fighter 2 on Sega Genesis, you remember?
Oh, good. Jay, Manzai Man, that was a long time ago.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lot of heart. Your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lada, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. Court does not indulge in dissented outbursts.
Answer me, Lada. What's the big idea? Treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court and must leave. No. No!
Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick's innocent.
Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong.
Wrong! What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes their testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Is that true?
Yeah, well, you can continue your cross-examination.
If like, the witness says any outburst, can you cross-examine anything they say?
Well, yeah, you could go back and have them clarify it or explain it. Yeah, sure.
You're in contempt of court. It's too wild, too late to be making wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
Is he getting a backbone?
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Mr. Von Carver, but I cannot. What? Miss Latterhart has made a new testimony. Feds does have a right to cross-examine her again. But she's in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're gonna arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. I say you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck.
Maya. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blindly ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Damn, that's it? Uh-oh, if I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either.
I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
Alright. Any So pressing gets us in trouble. So there's only one thing we can do.
Which is?
Present something.
Not a bad. That's the silliest.
Well, is there anything?
The picture or the camera, yes.
This is all the evidence we have, so one of these things has to be right. Anything contradicts what's being said.
Well, the lake photo shows two people.
Well, read what it says again.
Taken automatically at what time? 12:15 a.m.
Yeah. But read what Lotta said. Read what Lotta's saying.
She said it was right after.
Yeah, right after midnight. That was true.
Right.
I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. But you can't see it in the picture.
You can't tell it's Mr. Edgeworth here?
You can't tell who it is in the picture.
Got you. Got you, Mr. and Mrs. Hart. Finally.
What? You got what?
Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Every time I do it makes me laugh. Sorry.
What are you doing? That was just weird.
You don't know Coldplay?
No, that was just weird. Go ahead.
I don't know I don't know music either. It's like It's a song. Look at this photograph.
Okay. Oh, the photo I took?
The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart.
So?
This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How?
What?
Miss Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart?
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could and I meant I could.
At least that's right, the circumstances of your sighting. I did it! I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony.
You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Wait, I heard the noise on the lake. I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem.
You use binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good.
You're right. There was a cold one.
So, how could you see Miss Edgeworth?
Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from.
The detectives have trouble with that as it is. Nobody loves me.
Once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car.
Judge, was that comment really needed?
Absolutely not.
Your camera?
Yeah, I got an automatic.
The issue we are concerned with is Mrs. Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Binocular. Binoculars?
Yeah, binoculars.
Yesterday you mentioned you were out looking for shooting stars, correct?
Well, yeah.
Would you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I got to ask about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright? The camera really relevant to this case? You believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright? You wish to fess further on the camera?
Yes.
This is make it or break it time. Camera of the utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Well, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well, Miss Hart, you will testify in the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of meteor shower.
Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing.
Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect.
Now, wait a minute.
Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was you saw Edgeworth? No unnecessary comments, please.
When I heard the noise on the lake, I looked with my binoculars.
There's a heavy fog. How would binoculars change that at all?
What do you mean?
Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him?
I did, yeah.
Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful to me. I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. Alright, so do you see any contradictions?
Well, the camera was set up to do meteor showers. What was it doing on the lake?
Well, let's look at let's look at the camera. What was it do pointing at the lake?
It was for loud noises. It was for loud noises.
And well, hold on, you don't know about the incredibly loud meteor showers?
Well, that's the problem. They're not loud.
What are you talking about? You hear all the time, you know, the deafening meteor showers. we saw a meteor shower. I don't remember the last time I saw a meteor shower. I think it...
Long time.
I would think I was, like, probably still in grade school.
Probably.
You're photographing shooting stars? That's a lie.
Says who?
I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point the camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Mrs. Hart.
Oh.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake. Oh,
the
sorry.
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well, then, what exactly was she photographing?
I think I don't know. Because we don't really know, do we?
We can make a pretty good guess, actually.
Okay, so show the evidence.
Well, let's look at the evidence first. Does the badge tell us anything?
No. You know about the camera. The autopsy report. Photo. Misty Faye. Oh, the monster. That's what she was trying to get pictures of. That's why she was there, to get pictures of the monster.
Your Honor, take a look at this. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? I'll decide to get Gold Lake. Well, Miss Hart?
I never heard of a lake monster. You get some proof or something? Let's see you prove. I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof. He has proof, I think.
I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Okay, this one's not fair because it looks like the actual information that is the proof is not in the evidence for some reason.
What do you think it is?
What is the proof? So if you recall, Larry read the article when we got the article from Larry.
Right, it's in the article.
A loud bang was heard before Gordy emerged.
Oh, right. Okay.
The proof, Ms. Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here was taken when the gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? And that's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You came there to try to take a photo of Gordy, weren't you?
Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what?
Huh?
That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks that monsters exist.
Hey. Hey.
Sorry. But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact you were researching for Gordy from the court? So is that considered perjury?
Well, yes, but yes, sort of. Of course, she lied about why she was there, so it's perjury. But when you clean it up, then it's no longer perjury. So
I think we talked about that before. So that's true. Like, if you go to court and say, like, if you
lie and then
tell the truth afterwards, like, you could go into
as
court.
long as it's while you're still on the stand. If you correct yourself, yeah, it's fine.
So you could say whatever you want on the stand and lie however much you want, and then be like, by the way, this is the truth. Then you're not.
Yeah, then it's not perjury anymore. Yeah.
So couldn't.
It's not going to have any impact on the decision making, right? If you lie and then fix it, then the lie doesn't have any impact on the decision making.
So what if you go on the stand, and I'm not suggesting anyone do this. This is a bad idea. Do not do this. But what if someone were to go on the stand and basically say a fire hose of lies? Just lie so much, and then correct things randomly, and then randomly lie. Just so technically you did not commit perjury because you told the truth, but your lies and, like, if your testimony was so confusing, but still technically was not perjury, would that be allowed to, like, mess with things?
Okay, the whole idea about perjury as a crime is that it impacts the decision making. So that's the issue.
Right.
So, anyway.
Please provide your testimony.
Right, fine. I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though.
Something will change. It has to. And I'm gonna spot it.
Actually, I'm not a research scientist at the university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it would be if I got a picture of that monster.
Has anyone used the word scoop unironically outside of media in the past
I guess so.
100 years?
Probably.
Gee whiz, what a scoop!
Yeah, well, that's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding.
See, but she can't be an investigative photographer. The only way she could be an investigative photographer is if she has a fedora and a card in the fedora with the word press written on it.
That's true, but she doesn't. Instead, she has an afro. I heard the bang. I looked to the right straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash in one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time, crossed my heart, and I hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defendant's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karm is up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her. Why? Because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Doesn't this feel like a final boss, though, you know?
Yeah, it does.
So, just a quick side. So, my mother has an interesting view on what is and is not a game. Are you seeing this? And she told me before any of this, she doesn't see this kind of thing as a game. Do you? Is it? Are you looking at it differently now, or do you still see it as a just?
It's more like a puzzle, if you ask me. So I guess a puzzle is a kind of a game because it is a puzzle because you have to find the issue. So it is more of a game because it's a puzzle. So yeah, I see that.
Then what manner of person are you?
I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I'm an investigative photographer.
An investigative photographer?
Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press, and that's the kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures of my sister's graduation last year. And guess what?
What?
There was a UFO just hanging in the sky.
UFO?
You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. Oh, God, how funny she is. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I would soon become an investigative photographer.
How old is she? 22? Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Also, I do not like front-facing Manfred. He doesn't look normal.
He is not normal looking. He's a weird dude.
I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career.
Imagine what a scoop I had if I got a picture of that monster.
Is Gordy really all that newsworthy?
Yeah, they even had him up on the TV.
I'm not sure that appearing in the local news' Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe.
Hey, they also have a picture in the newspaper for real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor.
That's why I was camping by the lake.
That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera?
Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up when it gets a bang.
Snaps a shot.
Yep.
So how many pictures have it taken so far?
The only time the camera triggered was that night. There should be 2 pictures. But that's all I was hiding.
I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake.
Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors.
Competitors?
Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop.
Could she be held in contempt of court for this?
No. She's being honest now. She's not in contempt anymore.
Okay. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth?
Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma, I know you told her to keep quiet.
When I heard the bang, I looked straight out at the lake.
Exactly what sort of sound was it?
Well, I've never heard one before. I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper sound than I would have expected. Wasn't much else to look at. I just watched the boat the whole time.
There wasn't much else to look at?
Yep.
I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat.
What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe time for some evidence. Witness, continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Then I saw a
Yeah, sorry. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time?
Wait. So you're thinking maybe he was shot from someplace other place? I don't think so, no. Lake was smooth as glass, and no one was on the shore, neither.
I better find some sort of contradicting testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something.
Oh, this one.
He said evidence.
Should there be a second picture?
Why do you say that?
Because there were 2 gunshots.
Technically,
The gun was fired 3 times. So there's 3 gunshots.
That's interesting, but right now that's not a point. But it is an interesting thing to say. I mean, Phoenix kind of told us the answer, I think.
Well, go for it then.
Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat?
What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. Only thing on there any normal person would be looking at.
I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal.
What? Where you all stop over here and say that?
You okay?
You want to step over here and... Go for it.
You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well?
Well, now that you all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might have been out there, you know.
Miss Hart, are you saying you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to the murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure watching the boat till now.
This is completely uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what?
What was she going to say? Took the photo and... What? Wait a second. She even had the photographs to prove it. But you really can't tell who the photo is shooting. That's why she said she's gonna enlarge the photo. Said it'll drop the quality a mite, but that's gonna let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do?
Let me find that picture.
Miss Hart, look at this. Sorry. You enlarged this photograph, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist.
What are you all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place.
Uh-oh. Is Von Karma now in trouble?
Yes, he is.
I mean,
God,
he'd be in trouble for a lot of stuff today, but yes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Now he definitely crossed the line here. You old fart fool.
He did not say you. What's the meaning of this, Von Karma? Miss Hart.
Show the photo to the court.
Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of the evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who's firing in this. Could be this defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Happy now, Miss Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good has it done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose that this means the cross-examination is over, obviously. Now would I close the cross-examination, Miss Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything you'd like to add? I stated everything when I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Just a moment.
It's the climax?
I needed a drink.
Oh, God.
These voices are destroying my throat.
I know, but it's time to declare his verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. Do you see anything off?
The jackets, I would think. You look at the clothes, the flash.
Well, let's look. Let's look closely.
Oh, it's in his left hand.
Left hand?
I think so. And the fingerprints with right hand. That's weird. Go ahead.
This is bad, real bad. What should I do?
Show the witness. Look at the
Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo.
Take that!
Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. Man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that the left hand contradicts.
Take that!
Feels good to figure it out, huh, Ma?
Yes, it does.
That feeling of, oh, I figured it out!
Yes.
I could see you're smiling. Like, I could tell you're smiling. You're like, oh, I'm so smart.
Well, no, but I figured it out. Go ahead.
The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, prints on the murder weapon were from Edward's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting this pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom is quieted down, I would like to reconvene the court of law. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now that know it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
The victim himself.
Larry! It was Larry! It was Larry!
No, the victim himself.
There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order, order! So you're saying the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor, I can think of no other explanation. Neither seemed to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. The suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the body of the victim wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. How long are Mr. Hammond's arms?
Well,
no
more
way.
than that. How big was the bow? Go ahead.
You're right, that is a pretty... Yeah.
They don't look like they're 3 feet apart.
That's about a meter, I'd say.
No, I don't think so, but okay.
Order, order! Mr. Van Kamp, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, prints on the gun revealed the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day.
What orders the defense and the prosecutor to further prosecute?
Yes. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Ooh. Another investigation coming.
Yep. I mean, it's the final case. They're not going to just do a one and done.
Well, I knew that, but another investigation's coming.
Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, Wright. Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Huh. Look, I'm gonna go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just say how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. Thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of the testimony that stood was the bang she heard.
This 3 shots things has to have something to do with it too, I gotta tell you.
I mean, to be fair, the camera would likely have only gone off once. Due to the...
Why?
Because it doesn't go off every single shot. Because if you remember, when Maya set off the poppers, it used all of the film.
Oh, that's true. It just kept going. Well, we'll see. Save your progress.
Oh, that was a bit long, but we got...
Yeah.
But still, interesting, right?
Yeah. It was great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks to everyone who came.
Time for me to go to bed. Good night.
And time for me to start getting ready for the day. But yes. Where is it? Let me put this on. But, yeah. And I'm gonna have a BRB area. Just gonna make a BRB scene in OBS just to fix things up. But yeah. I'm going to try to stream Battle Network on Sunday, I believe. Sunday for me, Saturday for you. If you're in America. And if you're in Japan, Sunday. Timing is gonna be weird. If you don't know my schedule, please check it out on my Discord. Please join, make sure to read the rules so you can see all the channels. But yeah, thank you to everyone who is here. I don't know if anyone is still here. But yeah. Let's just say have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you guys next week. Have a good one. Say bye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.